Introduction to Usability and Design Principles. There are four major components: the navigation, can the users find it? The content, is it what the users want? Presentation, is it easy to understand? Interaction, can the users act on it? When writing for the web, you need to consider content. Is it what the user wants? Did you know that Bill Gates says that content is king? And what that means is one of the major components you should consider when writing for the web. The single most thing a website can offer to users is content that the users find of value. Can you imagine what happens when you design the site before you have the content? It's like putting the cart before the horse, as this image illustrates. Followed, in order to give your user or your audience the best experience possible. Writing for online and writing print material is a totally different experience. When providing the content, make sure you know the user's goal. Is it for fast access? If that's the case, then you want to create content that's designed for scanning so that it's easy to use, it's high-grade information, and random access. Is it for a sit-down experience in which you want to provide in-depth coverage, linear progression? In that case, you would do scrolling. Here are some statistics on how users or your audience access content. Web users skim, scan, select, and sometimes search. 79% of users scan each page. And then when there was a study of 5 writing styles, this is how a sample website scored. 27% higher with objective versus promotional text. 58% higher with concise text. 47% higher with scannable text, and 124% higher by combining all three. What that means is a better user experience when you can find the right combination. This diagram gives you some examples of how you would write content for the web. Here you have just a simple paragraph, and then how you would change that content for the website. Here in the first column for site version, you have an example of promotional writing, concise text, scannable layout, objective language, and then the combined version. There will be a copy of this document in the resources section in Schoology. Some other things to consider when writing for the web would be creating embedded links, using associated text to give clues. Longer links predict greater access, those that are 5 to 7 words, and use trigger words. Also consider a table of contents. It helps the users identify and classify content and provides context for reading information. It also allows your user freedom to choose where to go. In writing for the web, you would use the inverted pyramid method, where the conclusions are placed at the top and the details are at the end. That's very different from writing for print material, in which it is the reverse. The benefits are the readers get an immediate payoff, which means they can get to the main point right away. You also want to write your text so that the user can get to the point without carefully reading. And you can do that with bulleted lists, introductory summaries, clear titles, standalone or chunks of content. You can have anchors and printable versions, and then also use the inverted pyramid writing model. This will ensure user success. Select only what your audience needs. Short, simple words. Be brief but not cryptic. You want to ask yourself the following question: is this relevant to my users, and do the users really need or want this information? Writing for the web requires you to have the right tone. Find the tone that's right for your message and your audience, and then control that tone throughout the website. Tone is a part of branding and it helps to reflect your goals. Maintain a consistent editorial voice throughout your site. Correctness definitely matters. The writing conveys a subtle message about your organization. If you have misspelled words or grammars, that'll put your reader off and they will doubt your authority. Your credibility will be at stake. Readers will always notice mistakes instead of your message. Well, now that you've had an opportunity to get some insight on content and writing that content for the web, please continue on to the quiz.